Howdy-do, Chimichukma, this is Chief Steve coming at y'all with another episode of True Story. We got a really interesting one for you guys today, but before we get into it, make sure you guys like and hype this video up, comment in the comment section, get really interactive, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to hit that notification bell as well, so whenever I drop these bombs, you'll be the first ones to grab them. Now, without further ado, let's get into it.
I done forego for a nice ride in Hollywood, Florida. Look what they have over here. The Olmeca. And guess what? It's a museum right across the street. Gotta check this spot out. Let's see what this spot is about. Hey, yo, you see? The remnants is being placed in places. I'm not the one doing it. They're the ones doing it.
Hello there, my dark-skinned, copper-tone, indigenous, beautiful family out there. Guys, something hit my spirit and I had to come on here right quick. Guys, you know, those that follow me know that my grandfather was born in 1900. And my grandfather had a very distaste for racist Caucasians. He used to tell us, never trust them. Never trust any of them, he would say. And a lot of us didn't listen because we thought that it was because he was born in 1900. He's seen a lot of racism and he dealt with a lot. But that was always his message, is he said, never trust them. Now, I'm not racist. I don't practice racism, prejudice, or preach hate, but they do. And a lot of stuff of what my grandfather taught us happens to be true. Happens to be true. History teaches us that. And I think it was his way of trying to prepare us for when we got older, the devil of what we was going to have to deal with. He never discussed about us being the indigenous people to this land. I guess it was too hurtful for what happened to our people. But he did say, don't ever trust those people. Don't ever trust those people. That's what my grandfather said, born in 1900. Don't trust them. Because they always got some sort of a hidden agenda. And you are the agenda.
Native Americans aren't the real Native Americans. They put you into these whatchamacallem reservations because your ancestors took a silent oath from the Shriners. And when we read the scripture, we know that the colored people are God's real people, His real chosen people.
Wild Indian up in my veins, you know how we bleed. You ain't gotta lie about who we is, dog, just keep it G. We at war, we can't keep the peace. Since we at war, gotta keep the peace. Whack a cone, then I meditate. Should I need to breathe? Keep an Olmec head when we slide, dog, cause we the shit. Like my niggas said.
And we're really done talking because it's not nothing else to really talk about. Like, black people are indigenous to America. This is our land. It was stolen from us. We was prisoners of war and all that shit. Like, it's not nothing else to talk about. Now it's time for some action.
Hey, top of the morning out there. How y'all feeling today? You already know, man. It's another one like the other one right here, man. Just getting on here to shoot y'all some motivation right here, man. And I must say, man, from all these delineation and all this indigenous talk right there, I'm seeing our people come together. I'm seeing our people come together in the way that we didn't in the 80s and 90s right there. And I tell you right there, man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to see a smile on one of my indigenous people's faces right there for defending them. You know what I'm talking about? When somebody's diss and then you do come to the aid of one of your peoples right there, I tell you right there, man, that's enough to make your soul smile right there, man. But we need more of it. We need more of it right there, man. We done been on these waves and fighting for too long right here, man. Now it's time for us to love one another. It's time for you to love somebody who look just like you the same way you love yourself right there, man. Literally, no fighting, no fading, no funking right there, man. Just love right there, man. Hey, from mine to yours right there, though, man. Let's get to it. Ashe. Much love. One love.
Everything that we've created has become the quick get money scheme for everyone who comes to America or who parents may have migrated to America. This is why they integrated the Black American community, because the Black American community was doing better than anyone economically when they were by themselves. They did better than everybody. So they had to smash the highways and bridges, flood the towns. They had to ruin everything because they knew that they cannot compete with these people. They were the culture of the country. And to this day, they still is. The funny thing is no one likes to give them their credit. So they try to find excuses to insert themselves. And the funny thing is, it's very coincident. It's such a coincidence, right? That the same people who created the Jim Crow era and all of that are the same people who wrote in all these people from other countries. And I'm gonna let y'all use y'all thinking skills when it comes to that. Yeah, just digest all of that information and organize it and put two and two together how you want to, right? It's no coincidence that they forced the Black American community to have to integrate with others, because they knew that these people were very rich, thriving. They built the culture. They are very powerful. They were people who we could not defeat. They weren't afraid to fight back or bark back. So we have to ruin them economically. And to this day, they're still trying to ruin them economically. And for the record, Black American is Black people with American lineage. Most of them may be full American. They may not even be African. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But they are full-blooded Americans, more than likely, or at least about 90% American. They mom and grandparents are not from nowhere else. They great-great-grandmamas are from here. So I do want to kind of set the record straight so there's no confusion on who's who. But it's no coincidence that for some reason, and when I say economically, people have to understand economics is everything. It's no coincidence that all of the Black areas and if you pay attention, all the cities that are historically Black have been flooded with violence. Not only that, people who come from other countries. Because the plan from the beginning was to replace the Black Americans. And that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But one thing I do want to highlight here is, let's highlight the fact that for some reason our beauty industry and our hair industry is being ran by other people that's not even us. Coincidence, in every Black American community, or most of them, right? You find these people who just got here 2-3 weeks ago, these Arabs, these Indians, and even white folks. They are running our hair industry, and I'm trying to figure out how the fuck is that happening. You don't see no Black person opening up Chinese restaurants because we're not Chinese. But the problem is people see us as the quick get money scheme. For an example, why is all the chicken spots in our neighborhood or all the restaurants in our neighborhood are not owned by us? Even the shoe stores and the clothing stores are no longer owned by us. It's owned by other people. Even down to even music, even down to everything. It's like, I'm convinced that everyone is training their kids to make the Black American community their target audience when it comes to anything they want to do. And the funny thing is, you would think, considering the history of America when it comes to the Black American hair industry, you would think that niggas wouldn't buy from nobody else but their own people. But unfortunately, yeah, that didn't work out. However, if you are looking for a fully Black owned hair company, check the link in my bio, and you can shop products for your daughters or your granddaughters, or even yourself. There's wig products, hair products, and it's fully Black owned.
White people always knew who the indigenous Black people were of this land, the American Indians, the indigenous copper-colored people, my people. The reason why they stopped Black people from reading and writing during slavery, well, because they knew that Black people were fucking brilliant. And look at us when we learn. Like, really think about it. If you want to gain control over a people, you strip them from their culture, their language, their ability to provide. If you want to gain control over people, you have to strip them and make them slave-like. If you want to gain control over someone's land, you have to strip them of their education, of their ability to provide, and their culture. White people always knew who the indigenous black people were.
One of the black men came out and watched the rodeo and went back and told the rest of the crowd, and then the rest of the black people came out to watch it because they didn't believe there was any black boys. We had two top riders there, Ty Stokes and Jesse Stahl. In fact, this Jesse Stahl should have been in the Hall of Fame. He was the top bronc rider, white or black. And he was doing so good, winning all the money, first prize. Ty Stokes was doing the same thing. He was a trick roper and a trick rider. He could spin 6 ropes at one time. And he had a little rigging hooked up to his hips, a wire deal. He had a rope on each one of these hooks sticking out the side and one in the rear. And the first thing he'd do, he'd start them up, see? He'd start them to going. Then he'd put one in his mouth and start it to going. Then he'd put one in each hand and start it, and there he was. I'm telling you, it was something to see. The colored boys was winning all the money, all the big money. Well, nicely, the white boys got a little bit roughed up about it. So in order to keep the show on the road, the promoter promised the colored boys a flat rate. They could ride, but they couldn't compete. But even at that, they was making more money than the other guys. Now, this is Jesse Stahl riding backwards. He's the only man that could do that. But on a real tough bronc, he probably wouldn't have been able to. But this is more for a show deal than anything else.
That right there looks pretty tough.
Yeah, well, this is a bull called Sharky that had never been ridden before.
Okay.
He's the only man that rode it. And here he is on that spinning horse, the glass eye.
Yeah.
That horse is spinning a circle. Sometimes it turned to the right, sometimes it turned to the left, and changed positions in mid-air. Those are kind of the really tough. Now here he is on one of those horses I was telling you about, but the blindfold is still on.
Did he hurt himself? This Jesse Stahl?
No, he didn't that time. He turned to one side and got out. Now here's where he started to ride with a one-hand deal. Up until that time, it was always riding with 2 hands.
So Jesse Stahl, he's the one that first started one hand?
Yeah, that's right. Jesse Stahl, the one that started it first, and after that, why, everybody. And here's what they used to call the suicide ride, 2 on a bull. Ty Stokes and I were always dreaming up deals to make a little excitement, so we decided to ride 2 on a bull. But every time that we rode, we had to flip head to tail to see who rode backwards. And it seemed like I was the one that always had to ride backwards. And I couldn't figure that out. So finally, Jesse Stahl, our buddy, he said, Frank, he says, don't you know what's going on? I said, no. He said, well, Jesse Stahl, he has 2 phony dollars. One with a tail on each side and one with a head on each side. So whichever one you call, you'd lose.
They changed their identity to take you away from the land, to confuse you of who you are, so the younger generation wouldn't know. And they had to beat the Indian out of them. You know, the country was trying to claim all these lands and take the states, and they had this rule. You know, our state is free of Indians, so the land is legally theirs. That's what they thought. So, anytime a person would say that they were Indian, back in those days, they would hang them, they would kill them, they would run them out of the state, out of the county, in the case of Louisiana, out of the parish. It's so much that went on back in the day, people have no idea. It's a lot of people are learning where they come from now, but we also have a lot of people who never heard this information. They changed their identity.
How dare you say that this is your land? When you came off those boats with a deceitful plan, you watched and you studied the ones with black and brown skin. You desired the strength and the power within. We ain't bother nobody, did nothing to no one. We were taking care of our own, built our own. But then they came onto our land, took our land, took our people. They killed us and tricked the mind, changed out names and made us believe in their God.
Black Americans, I understand why they don't know where they're from, because they were literally taken from their land and brought here. But the fact that so...
Sir, let me go ahead and stop you right there. We weren't brought or taken anywhere. There were already Negroes in America. Even this passage states that the first inhabitants of California were tall, well-formed people of a dark brown complexion. And if you don't know what a dark brown complexion is, this is a dark brown complexion. There's brown, and a very dark brown. Even within this book that I read to get this passage, it shows paintings and pictures indicating and showing what these indigenous people looked like. Now, remember, while the modern social concept of black did not exist in the deep past, scientific evidence indicates that the first humans to inhabit every continent had dark skin. Now, dark skin does not equal African if it's been on every continent. I rest my case.
Hey y'all, if y'all liking what y'all see, do me a favor, continue to be a star, hit that like button, hype it up too if you have the option. Let the algorithm know that we mean business here in 2026. Also, don't forget to look for Chief Steve on Facebook and Instagram. Chief Steve on Facebook, chiefsteve.yt on Instagram. What up, family? You've heard me say this before, time and time again, and I'm going to keep saying it. We been here, we still here, and we ain't going nowhere. Those of you new to the channel, welcome. This is a safe place for the Aboriginal American who knows who they are and revel in it. This ain't no place for those who are on the fence. There is so much information out here. You can check out my older videos where we show proof and evidence in black and white. And we show all kinds of documents, articles, journals, first-hand experiences and witnesses, everything. We got it here. So at this point, we don't have nothing to prove to nobody. So stop giving these haters and naysayers your energy. The only energy that I got for them is a foot on their neck. Because as you can see, the truth is out. It's not just me or a chosen few spreading the news. Our people as a collective are awakening, and those who are asleep are choosing to be so. Don't get me wrong. There are still some of us out here who still seek affirmation and still desire that safe space to learn more and to connect with others. And that's why I'm here. I just ask that you come with an open mind and an open heart. You are amongst family. And in this tribe, we build each other up and we sharpen one another, keeping one another encouraged to continually walk in this truth. With that being said, it's time that we start protecting and supporting one another out here. Support our people out here with small businesses. Tell the story of who we are. You know, because I'll tell you right now, I was, well, the reason why I was gone for so long is I just recently had a birthday on the 19th. My mother-in-law had a birthday on the 16th. And so we, my wife decided to take her, for an exclusive daughter, mother-daughter trip. And so they decided to go to the farmer's market. And we got a nice little farmer market out here. We have a few of them that come every now and then. There's one that happens every weekend. And if you're in Fresno, the River Park area, that's where it goes down Saturdays, starting at 10 a.m. And so out of all those vendors that were there, 100 plus vendors, only about 9 of them were indigenous, were so-called Black-owned businesses. But, we know that label ain't nothing but a code. That label ain't nothing but a code. Okay. So, yeah, bottom line is we know who we truly are. And so we she went out and took her. I'm sorry guys. I'm trying to tell my story, man. My kids keep coming up in here. And when y'all see this, because y'all gonna see this. Girls and Sorrel, y'all stop coming in here and interrupting my thing and let mama know that I'm making a video and they're eating right now. They just got the stuff out the oven, so they trying to give me, little treats and stuff. They made they little oatmeal granola bars and stuff, and they trying to give me some. And okay, but just don't eat everything from me. All right, but I'm trying to bang. Let me bang this out. Let me bang this out. All right. So anyway, let me get back to my story. So yeah, it was only about maybe 9 vendors that are so-called black owned, and my wife made sure that my wife and my mother-in-law, they made sure they hit every single one of our vendors, every single one. Now I wasn't there, I wasn't on the scene, so I couldn't see who was getting what kind of business and who wasn't, but they definitely got our business. And that's something that we have to continue to champion and continue to voice out and bring awareness to our business owners, keeping the money in the family. You know what I'm saying? And by the family, I mean the indigenous copper colored aboriginal family. All right. Whether they know that they are indigenous or not, I mean, that's a good conversation starter. I'm over here giving you business, and instead of hollering out black excellence, I'm hollering out indigenous excellence, And if that sparks a question and a response, then hey, that's a good conversation, right? But we got to start walking in this truth and continuing to support one another. So I'm not going to tell you to buy black. I'm going to say buy indigenously, originally. You feel me? And it goes beyond monetary support. You see a brother or a sister in need and you have the means to help, then help that brother or that sister out. Let's protect our sisters. Let's protect our babies. Let's protect our brothers and protect our elders. Okay? Because times are getting crazy. You got your Chud the Builders out there. And I ain't gonna get too much into that clown. If you know, you know. If not, you can look him up, Chud the Builder, and seeing all the crap that's going on with that clown. But you got folks out there like him. That's trying to give our folks a reason, for them to incite this so-called race war that they're trying to incite. You got people like Chud. You got people like different white hate groups and stuff. And I mean, hey, it's nothing that we haven't seen before. It's nothing we haven't seen before. It's nothing we never dealt with. But at the same time, we have to continue to stand on business out here because our ancestors didn't instill in us a fearful spirit. We are warriors, survivors, master builders, and thrivers. We don't let anything or anyone keep us down. So with everything going on in the news, all these wars, and like I said, rumors of wars, because there have been rumors. And shout out to Love Jones and the Love Jones Show for sharing more information about these folks out here that's trying to incite these wars. And we all know it's all a trick of the enemy. Don't buy the bait. Like I said, check out Chud the Builder. Look and see what he's doing out here, and see how the enemy is moving. And you'll know exactly what I mean by don't bite the bait. All right. So yeah, it's like I said, don't give none of these people, none of these devils our energy. They don't want the smoke. They really don't want the smoke. But by any chance, they do. know that we have plenty of warriors that are out here and ready to put fire on that ass. There's like the deacons of defense of yesterday, and all of our brothers and sisters who have been warriors for our communities throughout the generations. Ain't nothing changed. That's why they had to make everything political now. That's why they have to push policy to try to erase us. Because they can't get rid of us physically. So if and when that time comes, we'll discuss it further. And best believe the victory is already won. But let's keep moving forward. Let's keep walking out here with our heads held up high, like the champions we are, like the winners that we are, like the victors that we are, still undefeated. Because they thought they could exterminate us. They thought that they could erase us on paper. But the bottom line is, we are here. We are still here. And we still know who we are. And we are moving accordingly to rightfully reclaim what is ours. And ain't no stopping us now. So let's keep on building and lifting each other up. Let's continue to build and lift one another up in the truth. Keep building and lifting one another up in the truth, in our true identity, in our true spirit, in our true knowing. Putting one another up on game. Encouraging one another to do their history, do their research. Encouraging one another to get in touch with family. Ask themselves, who am I really? Where do I come from? And use tangible resources to find that out. You don't have to sit here and listen to every single one of my videos to know who you are. You don't have to go to a Dane Calloway and watch all his videos, or Kareemio, or whoever else is out there, and bust down a whole library to understand who you truly are, to overstand who you truly are. Sometimes the truth ain't nothing but a phone call away. And so we have to continue to encourage one another to connect, especially in this time when they're trying to push different agendas and trying to disconnect us and keep us, away from each other. There's different redlinings, in our neighborhoods, these redistricting and everything of that nature, trying to get you all politically, hyped up and stuff with all that nonsense. I ain't gonna get into all that. I ain't got nothing to say about all that. But throughout all the division tactics and the distractions, we have to continue to connect and continue to stay connected and continue to lift one another up, like I said, and continue to encourage one another to continue to connect with one another. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a lot of encouragement. It takes us to encourage one another and to continue to bring light to each other's lives. Even if you see a brother out there or a sister out there, and you guys just happen to be the only Amerindians in the room, make that eye contact. Make that eye contact. Give that nod. Give that smile. Give that wave. Show that affirmation that, brother, sister, you are not alone. I'm right here with you. That goes a long way. It goes a very long way. All right. Oh my goodness. If one more child tries to come in this room. See, this is why they made me move my desk back to my room and trying to give them some more room to play and stuff. But I have my own little office set up back here. But it gets a little noisy in my room because they want to come in there and they want to, hang out and stuff. And then as soon as they see me leave out of there, and come in here, they want to come back here and try to knock on the door, try to come in and do stuff, man. So, it's really no getting away from them. I got a 4-bedroom house, 4-bedroom unit, and they still find a way to try to find me, you know. So I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. But I'm hurry up and wrap this up because shoot, they coming in and they getting restless. So they ready to see Pops. They want Pops to come out. I feel you. I'm coming. All right. So shout out to the ancestors, our indigenous excellence, and the legacy that we have built and continue to build in these generations, in this present time and in generations going forward. Because best believe we ain't stopping. Ain't no stopping us now. You know, especially since this truth is out and everybody knows the truth, and we're awakening, reawakening, and affirming with ourselves and connecting with one another and building with one another. Yeah. It's ain't no stopping us. All right. So yeah, let's end it right here. And I'm a keep on enjoying my my birthday week. My birthday was on the 19th, guys. So, you know, in case y'all didn't know, I put a post, you know, last year, I think, you know, because age 33 was such a significant, you know, number for me. And, you know, I ain't no Mason or nothing like that. I ain't, you know, but it's just when you learn about the sacred numerology of things and, you know, reflect and see why you are in the area and the situation that you're in and what moves you have to make, you know, things start to become more abundantly clear, and you get reflective, you know what I mean? So that was, but I'm 34 now, you know, and I guess you could say I'm in my prime. I don't think I've reached my prime yet, but you know, if one would say that your 30s are your prime years, then shoot, I feel like my life literally has just begun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not feeling a lick of old or nothing like that. You know, I'm despite the little aches and pains I get every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I still continue to move forward. I got a new career, you know. I'm a commissioned notary out here in the state of California, a notary public, loan signing agent, you know. So, hey, y'all in California, hit me up. Need something notarized? Of course, it's a travel fee. If you're in the Central Valley, Fresno area to be exact, you know, hey, I'm more than happy to help you out. Just say, hey, Chief, you know, I'm out here. I need something notarized, because that's what chiefs do. You know, we verify and we solidify. You know, we seal the deal for you. You know, I even do marriages. I have a minister license. You know, not religious by any means, but I understand the importance and the significance of the marriage license in today's age, and the importance of sacred union between our people. And I encourage that, you know, between our people, and that's how I do my job. That's how I give my service, you know, with this commission, you know, and that's how I give my service to my people, not only to my state, but to my people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Things are looking great, you know, for me. I feel good. You know, I got plenty of life in me, and I'm just ready to continue to put this truth out, continue to spread the good news, continue to encourage you guys to continue to do the same. And yeah, let's keep on building, y'all. So again, signing off this time for sure. Chief Steve signing off. Tata Chista, I cherish each and every one of you, and thank you all for the birthday wishes in advance. The belated birthdays, everything else. If I don't get to everybody's comments, you know, because things are getting, like I said, I got a new career, so things are getting a little busy, you know what I'm saying? But I still make sure that I respond to as many comments as possible. And then you can always hit me up on Facebook. Look me up on Facebook, Chief Steve, Instagram, chiefsteve.yt. And yeah, I'm out here, man. I'll respond to you and say what's up, Chief. You know, I'll talk to you. All right. But yeah, Chief Steve signing off. Tata Chiefs, I cherish you all again, and Yoko Ki. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.